let's talk about Michael Carrick, because I think the job that he's done over the last couple of weeks has been nothing short of remarkable. And look, it's hard to not get giddy after what we've seen. I've seen a lot of fans almost getting carried away. 21 is coming, give him a 10-year contract. I'm trying to be a bit more cautious than that. Look, we've been here before with this team, and I think it's important to remember we beat City, we beat Liverpool, and we drew against Arsenal under Ruben Amorim. So we've been here before when it comes to getting results against the big teams. The real test for Michael Carrick is these next run of games coming up. Obviously, Fulham at home on Sunday. We have Spurs at home the week after, away to West Ham, away to Everton this next month in February. So, and even after that, you're home to Palace. So there's a run of 5 games there where, in the past, there are games where you are not very optimistic going into them. We've seen in the past the players just don't perform against, the kind of mid-table to lower end of the league teams, and you're almost dreading going into them. But since Carrick came in, it's kind of nice to be looking forward to these games, looking forward to watching Manchester United play. And what he's done in such a short space of time is, as I said, it's nothing short of remarkable. And I think it's more than just a change in formation, a different system, bringing Kobbie Mainoo back into the starting 11. Yes, those things come into it, but it's more than that. People talk about Manchester United DNA, and how United should be playing. And a lot of people are right in saying it's hard to describe what United's DNA is, but when you see it, and that 90-minute performance against Man City was United DNA. It is hard to describe, but when you watch it, when you see it unfold before your eyes, it's it. Yeah. So, and look, Carrick seems to have gotten that. I don't know how he's gotten that performance out of the players. I think a lot of it is, look, he knows how to win. He's won everything at United as a player. He's learned from some top coaches. He's done a stint in the Championship, which is arguably a tougher league than the Premier League. And I think he just understands the club. He knows Manchester United. He knows how they should play, how they should set up. And I think the players believe in it. They believe in what he's coaching them. And I think that was evident. It was evident. It was the complete opposite under Ruben Amorim. When you look back at it, the performances are night and day. When you actually sit down and watch some of the games under Ruben Amorim, the players, a lot of the time, just look like they didn't know what they were supposed to be doing. Yes, you can argue that these are professional footballers. They're getting paid hundreds of thousands a week to play football, so they should be able to adapt to a manager's system or philosophy and their setup. But I think it was just, they just didn't believe in him and what he was trying to do. When you look at the difference under Michael Carrick, it's very easy to tell that they believe in what he's coaching them to do. And Lissandro Martin has done an interview there during the week, and he was asked about, the difference since Michael Carrick came in, and obviously he said it's his communication which doesn't bode well for Ruben Amorim, and you could say that's a language thing as well, but look, communication is important when you're trying to get across how you want the team to play and what you want players to be doing in certain positions. But one thing that he said, which really kind of stood out, is Martinez said that Carrick touched his heart, and because of that he's willing to do anything for him. He's literally ready to run through walls for him, and I think that goes across the squad. It's not just Leitch. So whatever he's said to the players, whatever way he's communicating his ideas, it's definitely working. But as I said, it's still very early to be getting carried away. This next run of fixtures is the real test for Michael Carrick and this team. If we see similar performances, high level intensity, dominating possession, dominating the chances, and we get results, there's no reason why Michael Carrick should not be considered for the permanent role in the summer. I know we've seen a lot of pundits, a lot of ex-pros, ex-United legends immediately dismissing Michael Carrick because he's not a big name in managing, and United should be going for the best. Yes, absolutely, United should always be looking for the best in class, whether it comes to managers, coaches, players. But we've seen over the years that just because you get the big names in the door, it doesn't automatically mean that's the answer. A lot of the time it's certainly when it comes to players anyway, it's the mentality and how they deal with the pressure of playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. And when it comes to managing, you have to understand the philosophy of the club, again, the DNA of the club, the history of the club. It all has to come into it. If you have an ex-player coming in, coaching a squad, and that's the kind of performance and they're the results that you're getting, why would you let him walk away in the summer and say, yeah, we're sticking to our guns now, we're going with someone else, we're going to bring in Diego Simeone, who is a big name in world football, won a lot in Europe. But do his teams play the United way? Does he set up to play attractive attacking football the way United in the past are known for? Probably not. Why would you move away from something that's working? Michael Carrick has won everything as a player at United. He's done his coaching. He coached at championship level. But every manager has to start somewhere. But if he's getting performances and results from this United team, why not? Why not give him the job permanently? He definitely can't be ruled out this early. As I said, it's easy to get carried away, but why would you rule him out when you're not even giving him a chance? Obviously, this next run of games is the real test. If we see the same level of performances, get results, we could very easily finish top 2 in the league this season. I know that sounds crazy to say, but there's very little in terms of points between between us and second place. A lot can happen. There's a lot of games left. Yes, that will obviously have to depend on other teams, but you know, other teams are slipping up. They're dropping points. There's no reason why we can't do it. If we win 10 of the next 16 games, we're definitely inside that top 4 of Champions League football next season, playing fast attacking, free-flowing football that fans can fall in love with the team again. Why would you walk away from that? It's just way too early to judge either way. You know, to rule him out or to say give him a 10-year contract. Way too early for either of them. Let's just see how it plays out over the next couple of weeks. If we start seeing, well, not start seeing, if we continue to see the same level of performances and we get the results, then why not consider him at the very, very least? Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.